And now, a word from Apple executive Phil Schiller.
Can't innovate anymore, my app.
Apple's keynote address at the annual Worldwide Developers Conference Monday lifted the veil on several new updates and models of popular Apple devices. Here's a look at what's new from the Silicon Valley staple.
We do have a creative group at Apple, and we can think out of the box. So I'm proud to present to you today OS X Sea Lion.
Not quite. Apple ditched the cat names and showing the first in a line of California-themed operating systems, OS X Mavericks. Apple looked to places within California for inspiration and decided on naming the new OS after a NorCal big wave surf spot. Wired notes, Mavericks goes after workflows, security, and browsing with this newest update. Features include compressed memory to free up more space more quickly than Mountain Lion, a smoother, less memory-hungry Safari with sidebars, and Maps. Previously only for iOS devices, and also previously a dud. Apple also threw in a multiple display feature, notifications, and Finder tabs, a new way to declutter your desktop by consolidating multiple Finder windows into one. Mavericks wasn't the only operating system that got a reboot at Apple's Geek Revival, announcing the biggest change to iOS since the iPhone. The tech company unveiled the iOS 7 for mobile devices with all-flat everything and a control center, a tool that allows for easy access to settings. NBC reports an easy swipe on the screen brings up all the important stuff, toggles, and switches you need. TechCrunch also points out Apple added a scrolling vertical carousel for Safari and more options for Miss Siri, or Mr. Siri, or is it Monsieur Siri? You can now choose between a male or female voice in English, French, or German. Schiller's "We Still Got It" comment followed the reveal of the newly designed Mac Pro, hailed as the most significant upgrade since 2010. Here's their hard rock treatment of the new hardware. Although it looks more like a potential concept design for Episode 7 R2-D2, Mashable says the smaller and more powerful Mac Pro performs much faster than its predecessor, something professional video editors and graphics pros will likely rejoice over. Schiller also did the honors of introducing the new line of MacBook Air notebooks with a new update binge movie watchers should enjoy. Forbes notes the 11-inch MacBook Airs will go from 5 to 9 hours of battery life, while the 13-inch will give you a whole half day's worth, 12 hours. So what does that mean?
If you like watching movies from iTunes, up to 10 hours, you can watch almost the entire trilogy of Lord of the Rings.
Finally, Apple's On Guard of the day, the long-awaited iTunes Radio, Apple's answer to music services Pandora and Spotify. According to All Things D, users can create radio stations based on the songs they're listening to, share stations with friends, and flip through curated channels picked by the dudes and dudettes at Apple. Apple also introduced iWorks for iCloud, something Mashable deemed a cross between Office 365 and Google Docs. As with most of the new product updates, iWorks will be available to consumers later this year. For Newsy, I'm Christian Bryant.